Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And I translate this to humility is the gateway to a rich spiritual life. Humility. Humility is the gateway to a rich spiritual life. Try that one with me. Humility is the gateway to a rich spiritual life. And I was realizing that humility requires a particular strength. There's a particular requirement for one to be humble, to be strong in where they're at, to be grounded, centered where they're at. It's hard to be humble when you're feeling threatened, when you don't feel safe. Humility is something that actually comes hand in hand with a particular level of confidence, a particular groundedness, a particular centeredness. You can be humble when you're centered in knowing who you are and what you're about and where your power comes from. But when you're not there, when you are uncertain of your power, when you're uncertain of where you stand in your community, in your relationships, when that uncertainty is present, it's hard to be humble. So that's where we're going to start from. Now, I was going to title this particular slide, Quizzes and Assessments, but I thought that that would evoke too many memories from high school, of bad experience, junior high, so I changed so quizzes and assessments is now opportunities to reflect on current consciousness. So this is an opportunity to reflect on current consciousness. So here's an image for you. This is a real picture I took this morning. And we're going to look at this picture from a typical multiple choice question viewpoint. Last night you were reading a book in bed before you fell asleep. As you drifted off, the book slipped out of your hands and remained on the bed. When you woke in the morning, you discovered that the yellow highlighter which you had been using while you read was on the bed as you moved during the night. The highlighter cap opened and now there's a large yellow stain on the sheets and it has bled through to the mattress. What do you think first? A, I wish I'd been using a different color. B, that was dumb, you should have put the book away. C, don't tell anyone you shouldn't air dirty laundry. Or D, that's funny.
D.
Yeah, D, that's funny. But the thing that I realized, actually that was the first thing that came to mind when I looked at it. I was like, wow, that's funny. Do I have any on me? Am I highlighted? But it actually pointed me to something in my progress. I've been doing this gratitude work every day. Every day I'm reading through the things I'm grateful for. And it's actually really shaped and changed my brain. Because in the past, I would have gotten upset with myself. I would have said something like, you dummy, what were you doing? That was a very common self-criticism that I was used to reflecting on myself. How many of you have a version of self-criticism that you do on yourself? Okay? A little higher. Look at it a little higher. I want you to see who's got a, that's halfway going, all the way up. So what I reflected on was that it actually has changed something. There's some attitude change, because that would not have been my first statement out of my mouth. Just a year ago, I wouldn't have woken up to a ruined, 600 thread count. And the mattress is now stained, and it's yellow! If I ever have anybody see the mattress, they're going to see a big yellow stain. It's like, no, that's highlighter. Really, it's highlighter. I was reading in bed, it was really highlighter. It would have been better if I used pink or blue, right? It's like, but yellow. All right. If you don't know, these are examples from my life. You're creating an advertisement for your church for Easter to run in the local paper. You have a concept that you like and a rough draft, and there are a few changes you still need to send to the graphic designer. You show it to a friend and ask for her feedback. The changes she suggests are ones that you've already planned on making. What should you say? Yes, I planned on doing that. B, A. Yes, I plan on doing that. B, well, those were obvious. C, thank you. Great ideas. Why weren't you with me when I was... Why weren't you a buzz in my ear telling me what I should have said? Because what came out of my mouth was, yes, I planned on doing that. Like, I need some proof that I've already thought of that to the person I've asked for their advice. And now what I'm doing is, instead of saying thank you for the advice, I'm saying, oh yeah, I was going to do that already. How many of you have caught yourself? Think about it, reflect for a second, for a moment. Rather than just thanking the person who's giving you something, you say, oh yeah, don't worry, I got that. Yes? Okay? I've been practicing this stuff. I've been practicing gratitude. And sometimes it just still doesn't come out first. Yes, I know. I was going to do that. Which almost sounds like it's reasonable to say. Except what happened was I said that, and then they said, well, I was just making an offer. And they watched the whole interaction go south, rather than me just saying, thank you. And the learning for me is, wow, when tension happens in a friendship, which I know is a really solid friendship, I know that they're offering me good things that I should be listening to, where I need to focus, the response I need to practice is thank you, which is what? Humility. It's gratitude. Well, it's humility, but it's also gratitude. That's a gratitude practice on the fly. Like, it's very easy in the morning around looking at my mirror, because all my Post-it notes of gratitude are on the mirror. So I got Post-it notes. That's easy to do. But all of a sudden, on the fly, with a live human being, when they're making an offer, here, take this. Oh, no, I couldn't. Or, yeah, I was thinking about that already. Thank you. So I'm going to invite